Hello and welcome to a recreation of one of my favourite Top Gear challenges of all time, the tuning challenge with the Renault Avantime. Now here's a picture from that challenge to jog your memory. Now the basic idea was to beat a Mitsubishi Evo on a budget. So this challenge is going to be a bit different. I'm using the same car, obviously, the Mitsubishi Evo, but I'm using a different track. This is Mount Panorama. It's a touring car circuit that's still being used by the TCR group to this day. Now this track is incredibly complex. It features many twisting turns on mountain roads, and it's also got a very long fast straight where touring cars are able to reach 190 miles an hour. But I don't think we're going to be hitting that speed today. So now it's time for me to introduce the car that will be going up against the Evo. Now here is some cinematic footage of the Evo on its flying lap. Now as you can see, this car is well built to handle this fierce circuit. It was incredibly nippy and handled brilliantly as well. Now I'm guessing you'll probably want to know the time of this magnificent machine. The Evo did it in 2:48.8. That's not a bad time on this circuit. I mean, it is considerably larger than the Top Gear circuit. So now it's time to meet the car that it will be going up against, the Evo. And here it is, a 1992 Volkswagen Scirocco 16 valve. This car's got a 123 horsepower, 1.8 litre engine from a Golf GTI. Now this thing's 30 years old, so as you'd expect, the tyres were terrible, but the handling, not bad, not half bad at all. I mean, this thing had a very clean lap, 3 minutes 10. So, now for the budget. This car cost 12,000 credits and the Evo 33,000 credits. So that means I've got 21,000 left to do some upgrades. Now, the first upgrade was the same one that Top Gear did, brakes and suspension. Now, there's been a whole long-standing debate whether this is the best upgrade. I mean, there is evidence to suggest that the suspension must be better than more power, and well, it was. It managed to shave 5 seconds off this original time. That did take away quite a bit of the budget. So next up was stage 2. Now, this was time for the wheels and tyres. I went for some lighter wheels, BBS obviously because it's a Volkswagen, but I went for sport tyres because they're a bit of a compromise. You see, sport tyres only cost around 5,000 credits, which I know that's a lot considering the budget, but they do provide better grip than the original tyres. And that really helped. That got the time below 3 minutes. That got a 2:59. Okay, so now we are actually making progress. Now the problem is, budget's looking low, and also I lightened this car so its weighs under a ton, so it's going to be much, much quicker. Now for the final stage. With a remaining budget of 7,500 credits, I decided to focus on power. Now, that's not a lot, but I had to be quite careful, and I managed to get 100 extra horsepower out of this 1.8 litre engine. So I added a turbo, some race camshafts and an intake. That is 7,500 credits worth of upgrades, and that makes this car much, much quicker. This car has now got 220 horsepower. That's still quite a bit less than the Evo, but it's much, much lighter than the Evo. It's also got a new wing tuned for downforce, so this thing is going to be really, really quick through the more twisty parts of this track. Now, this lap was fairly clean, but this car handles so well, despite being 30 years old. It's incredible. I mean, not to say that there was the odd accident, But ignoring these minor things, this car managed to beat the Evo. This car beat the Evo by half a second. He's got a 2 minutes 48.3. So I was actually successful in this challenge and I beat the Mitsubishi Evo using, well, a much slower, old, tired, worn out classic that should have spent its time getting the groceries. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe for more in the future, and until next time, goodbye.